Alright, again, when you open or when you're done with part 2 and you're ready to begin part 3, which is the rugs, make sure you save it and name it appropriately. I named mine Fetterman Room Part 3. Part 3 is Packet 3 or the rugs, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to do is you're going to bring in a rug or an image of a rug and you're going to import it as an image. And when you do that, it'll come in as its own object. So before we've used applying pictures to objects as a texture like the wall. So it's kind of like wallpaper going on. Here we have the wallpaper. So again, these are textures. This time we're going to find a rug and we're going to bring it in as an image. And when you do that, it comes in as its own object. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in rugs and images. And again, these images aren't very good because they have two reasons. They have furniture and they're horizontal. You really want a rug pictured from the top. And if you want something, I'm going to say maybe gray. So I'm going to look through some of these and maybe I want a contrasting color from gray. Maybe I want a white rug. I'm going to change my mind. So I'm going to say take off gray and maybe I'm going to go for white, or let's include that keyword. And I'm going to, this one's kind of neat. So why don't I look at it? And I'm going to look at a couple other ones that are just kind of similar to it. I like this wavy pattern one, and I'll try to use. So I'm going to save this as, and I'm simply going to name it rug 1. There's the bell. And JPEG, and I'm going to make sure that this goes into my room image folder. So here we go. Room images, here it is, and say import. So there's my image. Coming back to my SketchUp file now. I'm going to go File, Import. Okay, use as an image, and I'm going to select here it is right here, my rug. Let's see what's going on here. It takes a while to load like that. There might be a problem with it, so I might have to go find another one. But in the interest of time, I also have this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to say import. And I'm not going to put it inside of the room. I'm going to put it outside of the room. Okay, and you can size it to however you think you want it. So again, I put those bounding bars on, and that's exactly kind of like what you want. I'm going to right click. You will have to push pull it up so that it comes up. I'm going to say I'm going to explode this, and explode is a fancy thing for saying like ungroup. And this is one reason why I do it. Now I can right click and I say texture, position, and I have these free pens here. These are free pens, and I'm just going to click and drag it. I click and hold and place it, and then I'm stretching the corners of the image to where these go. If you're used to the free pins, they're kind of, or the fixed pins, the colored ones are kind of like the similar. Only these allow you to stretch an image to get rid of that white area. So now I'm done with that. Okay, so I'm going to right click, I'm going to select it all now. Now there's one more thing I got to do. I have to push pull it up just a little bit. I'm going to go 1 inch up because rugs have a thickness. If I left it flat, it would not look great. So now what I'm going to do is regroup this, okay, so that it doesn't stick to anything. I'm going to move it inside of my floor. So see that flashing? That's because the top surface is at the same level of the of the floor. So the way to get around that is to move it up, and what I like to do is press Command Y. That gives me a section plane and it hides a wall. Okay, and it just allows me to see inside of it. So I'm going to go down, press move, and then I'm just going to move it up just a little bit so that it's sitting on the floor. Okay, you want to say on face, and there you go. If it's the wrong size, you can rescale it till it gets to be the right size. If you need to make it thinner, you can. Okay, so there's a few different ways you can manipulate it. Okay, that's one of the two rugs.